Multi-year trend narratives, what matters? They want to see, banks, lenders, institutions, want to see that you're in a growth phase. We can understand and have explanations for a COVID year, or a loss of a big client, or a big contract. That's explainable with strong narratives, or at times we even reduce our revenue because maybe we have a big client that we're doing these big jobs, but we come to understand that the profitability just isn't there. The margin on that job just isn't there. So you're putting a lot of output for not much throughput on a certain job, a certain client, a certain element or line of your business. So at times we might reduce revenue and make a margin increase. But what is the bank, lender, institution looking for? They want to see growth. They want to see the trajectory year over year, that you're going in a positive direction, that you're not up and down, up and down. They lend to stability. When we are unstable, what does that equal? It equals risk in the eyes of the bank, lender, institution. They're concerned about the lack of consistency. So what is a positive trend? It means that year over year you continue to increase, or at least come similarly to break even, that you don't have these big disparity or deviations from margin. When we see spikes that aren't, again, they'll be asked, so I don't want to say they're not explainable, but they beg questions. That's what you're trying to avoid in business. Can we control this at all times? No. We can do our best. We can make sure we're making the follow-up calls, that our sales team is doing what they're supposed to be doing, that our marketing is doing what they're supposed to be doing, that us as the CEO and owner, we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, that everybody in their seat, their respective seat, is doing their responsibility. That's what we can manage and control. And sometimes there are just elements in life and in business that are outside of our control. So that's understandable, and you can explain a lot away, but the trend is going to be dissected. Are you growing year over year? What is your percentage growth? And then, can we forecast expected growth? That's what they're going to be considering. And you might be early stage, and at those times, a bank, institution, lender is going to want to understand, what is your expectation for next year? Based upon what? Maybe we only have 18 months of data. What are you going to do in the next tax year? Maybe we have only one tax return filed. We get into positive trending. Trending becomes very important to understand future repayment ability. That's what they want to know. Will you pay them back, and are you able to pay them back? Trends, especially positive trends, are critical to showcasing and illustrating your ability to pay back.
Learn the course for free at businesseligibility.com.